I told you, First Lady, we're in primary school together. PS, Women Affairs, we're in primary school together. But we grew up in a Nigeria that was very different from today. Yes, women were educated. Our mothers were all educated. They had some form of tertiary education or the other. But there was so much stereotyping at the time. We grew up in University of Ibadan. So we had female medical doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants, bankers. We had the female role models. But we could also see that cultural norms and stereotypes pigeonholed them into certain career paths and responsibilities. I once attended a meeting where someone assumed I was the secretary because I was the only woman in the room. There were many challenges, but there were also many dreams. I learned very early on to make a mark. But I knew that to make a mark, I had to be twice as good. Maya Angelou, if you're into poetry, you'll know of her. She once said, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but we rarely admit to the changes it had to go through to achieve that beauty." We have gone through a lot of changes to get here, but all glory to God. As a young girl growing up, I found myself often questioning societal norms and expectations. In some families, once school was over, girls were expected to stay at home, help with housework, childcare, while boys were allowed to be boys. This stereotyping from an early age causes girls to lose confidence in themselves, develop low self-esteem, and set themselves low targets. I had a fire burning within me, a fire that pushed me to excel and choose a career path in engineering. Luckily, my parents shared my vision and they supported my sisters and I in our career choices. When I chose engineering, there were very few women in the field, very few female role models. I did have one or two, but there were not as many as there are now. In fact, in my civil engineering class, only 5 out of about 90 students were women. In the mechanical engineering class, they had only 1 woman. In the electrical engineering class, they had only 1 woman. So I was a woman in a male-dominated industry, and I faced my fair share of challenges, I can tell. But you must never be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, even if it means being the loud voice in a room full of whispers. Embrace your uniqueness, for that is your superpower. Once you finish the hurdle of education and you start work, one of the greatest concerns for professional women is how to combine their careers with family responsibilities. Can a woman have a successful career and still be a wife and mother? Yes. We have examples here. Mothers who have become grandmothers. Don't feel that you have to make a choice. Both will give you fulfillment, but in different ways. Being a mother is the hardest and the most rewarding job in the world. It has taught me patience, resilience, and the power of multitasking. I've experienced sleepless nights, endless worries, but I tell you, I've also had countless moments of pure joy. In the midst of all this, I decided to jump from the frying pan into the fire. I took a leap of faith, ventured into politics, and I'm now an elected public official. Some people thought I was crazy, but hey, if you don't take a shot, you can't score a goal. Being an elected public official isn't easy. Adija can tell you. It requires strength, persistence, and a very thick skin. But it's been worth it. It's given me an opportunity to serve my state, my community, to be a voice for the voiceless, and to pave the way for more women in leadership and politics. There were and are voices trying to pull me down, saying I was not qualified or experienced enough. But I was motivated by a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, former First Lady of the United States. She said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Girls, own your power, because the world needs strong, intelligent, and compassionate women that you will be to shape a better future. Looking at you, my dear daughters, I see Nigeria's bright future. I see leaders, I see innovators, I see mothers, I see change makers. Never let anyone define you. Your worth is not in your gender, it is in your capabilities. Believe in yourself. If you don't, who will? Make mistakes, but learn from them. As the saying goes, fail forward. As you progress, never forget to lift each other up. You all know the saying that behind every successful man is a woman. But I prefer the one that says, behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. Together, you will be a force to be reckoned with. So join hands, support one another, and make this place a world where every young girl's dream can come true. Dream big, fight hard, but also enjoy yourselves and laugh often. Remember, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. As a Nigerian woman, we all have walked a journey so that you can fly even brighter. I want to thank my dear sister, Her Excellency Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, for giving me the opportunity to make these short remarks today. I hope that one or two of you would have had something to take away from what I have said. I want you to remember the words of the great novelist Chinua Achebe, who said, "Until the lionesses have their own historians, tales of the hunt shall always glorify the hunter." Please, girls, be the historian. Write your story. Stay fierce. Stay fabulous. Let's build a brighter future together and never let anyone dim your shine.